Alright, welcome back everybody to another Roblox tutorial, and today I'm going to be showing you some fundamental scripts. This is going to be part 2. I did a part 1 video covering some different types of scripts, but the whole idea is to take some of these programming fundamentals and bring them to life and show you how you can use programming to create games and tell your computer what you want it to do. And that's the whole beauty of programming, right? Essentially telling robots what we want done. So just in case you don't know, my name is Anthony Rice. I am a coach here at Esports Players Club, and I teach a variety of classes on game development and modding. I teach Minecraft modding using Java. I also teach some stuff in Unreal 5. I also do some web development stuff, and I do the Roblox Studio. So if you'd like to take a class with us, please feel free to reach out to us on our website, www.esportsplayersclub.com. We are located in Tampa, Florida, and I hope to hear from you soon. So to get started, I went ahead and just created a part here. To do so, just in case you don't remember, you just come up here, you click part, and there it is. You can alter anything about this part over here in its properties, right here, and then this is the part in the workspace. To create a script, I'm just going to click a plus button right here and add a server script to my game. I'm going to go ahead and delete this line of code here and create a script. So the first fundamental script we're going to look at is alternating the can collide of a part based on the part's color. And in this script, if the part is green, I want it so you can stand on it, and if the part is red, I want it so you fall through. And that's going to be the goal of the script. So the very first thing I'm going to do here is go ahead and create a variable for my part, and that part will be assigned to the script's parent. So here's the script. The script's parent is this part. So now whenever I type part into the script, it knows I'm referring to the script's parent, which is that specific part. Now I'm going to go ahead here and type in part and find the child property of anchored. Make sure this part is anchored. I do not want this part to fall when I start playing this game. And then to start off the script, I also want to make sure the parts can collide is true. So that way I know collision is on at the start of the script. Now, my first goal here is to think about how I can create a function that makes the can collide false when the part is green. And essentially what I would need to do is change the color to green and set the can collide to false, and I want that to be contained inside essentially one function or one miniature program inside my larger script. Let's go ahead and create a function here. So we'll call this local function, and we'll call this fall right here, and we'll click an end here, and I'm going to go ahead and alter those two properties now. So part.color is going to be equal to color3.new, and then I'm going to find the color green. To find the color green, I can look up here and know that these three numbers that I type into a color3.new represent the amount of red, green, and blue in a color. In this case, I want no red, all green, and no blue. And as you can see, the color here autofills to green. If you want to change the color manually, you can always click on this color wheel and manipulate things in here. But for the purposes of this video, I already have what I want, so I'm going to leave it like that. And that's fine too. And then I also want the parts can collide here. I'm going to change this just for the heck of it so I don't confuse anybody. There we go. All right, now I want the parts can collide to be true as well. So whenever the part is green, I know the parts can collide is going to be true. All right, now I want to take this exact same concept here and flip it. So now I want local function. Oops, I misnamed this. This should be stand. You can stand on it when these properties are true, and then this one would be fall. My mistake there, guys. So here you can stand on the part because it's green, and then when you fall through it, parts.color is equal to color3.new, and then again I want it to be red, so 100% red, no green, no blue, just like that. And then the parts.can collide will be false, just like that. And this creates it so that essentially collision is turned off and the color of the part is red. All right, so now I have my functions or miniature programs inside of my main game. I'm going to zoom in here for you guys so you can see this nice and close. Should have done that at the beginning here, but there you go. So these are like miniature programs inside of my main game. That's all a function is. It's like a miniature program inside of your main script or game, right? Now, I said I wanted to alternate between two colors. Whenever you want to alternate something in programming, one of the best ways to do it 9 times out of 10 is using a while loop. right? Because a while loop will essentially do whatever's inside of it based on a condition. And you can make that condition true. So essentially, whatever is in here will continuously run over and over and over again. So come here, it'll read down, it'll check the condition, but the condition's true. So it will continuously do that, right? Then I just want to figure out wait times here to see how long I want to wait between the stand and the fall. So whenever you create a while loop, very first thing, make sure you always have a wait function inside of your while loop. If you don't have a wait function, your game will crash. 100%, your game will crash if you do not have some type of wait function inside of your while loop. So make sure that you always have a wait inside of your while loop. Then the next, we want it so that when the function or the while loop initially starts, we can stand on it. So I'm going to go ahead and do stand. And this is an example of a function call where I am calling my miniature program here to run when I type in the function's name, which is here. If you have any questions on how this works, please feel free to check out our functions video on our YouTube channel. Then I'm going to go ahead and have a wait here. And then I'm going to have my character fall. Then I'm going to have a wait. And I'm going to alternate everything over again. Just like so. Now that I have this kind of structured, I want the stand to come first, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this while loop here. Then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable here, local w for wait time, or I can type in wait time, just like this. Just make sure that you don't type in just wait, because it will assume that this is the vardratic function built in, right? We want to set this to wait time, for example, or you can do wait underscore time. Just make sure there's no space, because obviously that won't work. Remember, functions or variable names cannot have a space, and neither can function names. Now here, I can go ahead and assign my wait time. Let's say I want it to alternate every 3 seconds for the purpose of this video. Now I'm going to go ahead and type in a 3 here. It's going to allow me to stand for 3 seconds. Then it's going to call the function fall, and then I want that to happen for 3 seconds. Excuse me, the wait time. My mistake. I want that to happen for 3 seconds, right? Now the beauty of this is if I ever reused the wait time here, if I wanted to change things, I only have to change it once here instead of having to go down and change it. And that's why instead of typing in the number there, and I made a mistake there and caught myself, but that's why instead of typing in a number here, I used a variable instead, because variables can be reused, so this principle aligns with the dry principle, right? Which means don't repeat yourself, create things so you only have to change things one time in the main script. And having your variables assigned at the top is a great programming fundamental to get into. So if I want the wait to be 3, it can be 3, it can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 10. I can change all of that here, and it won't change how this is configured. Like I don't have to come in here and change it. All right, let's go ahead and look at this first fundamental script here. So I'm going to go ahead and play the game. And as you can see, my part is green, then it changes to red. It's going to change back to green. After 3 seconds, I can jump on it. And then when it turns red, I fall through. So it's mission success. Here is the fundamental script right here. Again, while loops are very, very good for this as well. All right, then the next fundamental script. So I'll go ahead and allow you guys to say this and do whatever you need to, screenshot it, whatever you need to. Let's go ahead and do a teleporter. Always requested for me is how do I make a teleporter? And I think it's really, really good to learn, and it's just a nice concept. Now, when we create this teleporter here, we're not going to use teleportation service. That's something entirely different and allows you to teleport between different games, essentially, or different places, as Roblox calls it. This specific teleporter teleports us in this world. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and create a model here using 2 parts, just like I did here. And we're going to go ahead and have this part move out. Let's say we want it over here, and then this part inside move over. And we're going to call this interact, and then destination. Okay. All right, there's our interact and destination. I am even going to take another part here, make it, and just drag it and put it under our destination. So that way we have a place to land and I don't just like fall to my death. Boom, boom. Cool, cool. And make sure this is anchored. Boom. Cool, cool. Make sure our spawn plate's anchored. Awesome. All right, so we have our interact and we have our destination, right? Now, Essentially, the way this works is you're going to need to use an object inside of Roblox Studio called a proximity prompt, which essentially, whenever you are close to this proximity prompt, it's going to issue you a key to essentially click to do whatever action you have in here, right? And you can enable this, make it a clickable prompt. You can also do a click detector for this as well. Many different things you can do, but I'm going to go ahead and make this 3, and then the key code here will be E. You can change this to whatever you want, but we'll use E for now. You can also put a text in here and say like what you want it to say. All this good stuff. You know, you can say, you know, like teleports. All that good stuff is all stored within this proximity prompt here, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and create a script under here. Inside of this script, I'm going to go ahead and name my destination and my script's parent. So first, I'm going to go ahead and create a variable for the teleporter, right? The teleporter is going to be this model here. So I need to find this model, which is going to be the script's parent, okay? Here's a better way to do that variable assignment, but we'll talk about that in a second. Then I need to go ahead and find the proximity prompt. So local pp for proximity prompt will be the script's parent, right? Then the local interact, or interact, we'll call it interact, is pp's parent. Then here, a better way you could have done this instead of doing script.parent.parent, this isn't wrong, but a better way to do this would be to do interact.parent. Because now it's assigned and everything is considered to be like a variable here. Instead of doing parent, because that can sometimes break things later if you change, you know, like where this is located, or change like how this is configured. Having things configured more like this, now you only have to change this variable. Then, in most cases, assuming this like maps in a specific way, doing it this way will cause you less headache later on, I should say. All right, then let's go ahead and create a destination. I hope I spelled that right. I think it's that. And that's going to be teleporter dot and then destination. Boom. So let's talk about this. This found the proximity prompt, which is this, right? Then the parent of the proximity prompt is the interact part, which is right here. This is the part you'll interact with to teleport yourself. The model teleporter was found by doing interact's parent, which is here. And then destination was teleporter.childPartDestination, just like so. Okay, and this is just the 4 variables that we'll need to assign. Then there's 2 ways to do this. You can either create a local function called teleport here, and you'll pass the player, which I'll assign as PLR here. You can do it through this and then go proximity part dot triggered :connect, and then this will pass the player who triggers it, which is why we have this PLR here. And you can type in teleport, or you can do it via an anonymous function, which is pp.triggered :connect function. Click enter and put player here, or PLR, whatever you want. Either way is acceptable, your choice, right? But these are the 2 ways you can connect functions to events. Be my guest to pick whichever one you want to use. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. So this is going to pass the player. So we need to find the character. So local character is going to be player.character. Actually, just for this video, I'm going to do pp.triggered :connect function. I'm going to pass it in here, and the reason for that is it's going to pass, it's going to know what I'm talking about. So it knows that I'm talking about player here. So I can do local character is player, and you see it recognizes that I'm going to be using a player object. So that's why I'm using it here, and then later I can always put it somewhere else. Okay, so I find player.character here, and then I'm going to do local humanoid root part is going to be character colon find first child, and then I'm going to do a humanoid, humanoid root parts, right? And what this is going to do, it's going to find the humanoid root part. Now, in modeling, right, there's always a primary part to a model. Let's go ahead and look at an example here. There's always going to be what's known as a primary part to this model. And the primary part of this model here is always going to be the humanoid root part. Whenever you move the humanoid root part or you change its position in game, it's going to change the position of your player. So like if I change this to like, I don't know, 20, or no, not that big, 20, right? Notice I went up 20, right? And it changed my position because I changed where this humanoid root part was located, which changes where all the entire model is located. So that's why I found the humanoid root part there, right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and do humanoid root parts dot position is going to be equal to destination dot position. And essentially this is going to take the humanoid root parts position and move it over to the destination. And just for kicks and giggles here, I want to make sure that the destination can collide as false, so that way I don't like get stuck in it, right? And hopefully I did all this correct. And again, you can do it either in this here, or you can take all of this and type in the exact same stuff and put it in here, and it will not change anything about how your function is done. These are identical in the way they're constructed. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and click play here. Hopefully I didn't make any typos. Looks good down here. So I go ahead and I hold E to teleport. It's gonna have me wait, and then I'll teleport. And oh, whoops, my bad. Small little error here. I don't think I anchored the destination, so it teleported me to a point in the game that didn't exist. My bad. Always anchor your parts, guys. Yeah, didn't anchor it. Let's try it one more time. Should be fine now. There we go. So I hold E here, and voila, I teleport over here. So that's an event-based script and is a really, really cool one to learn and to work with. And those are some 2 fundamental beginner scripts to kind of get you guys going in your programming journey. If you have any questions on these, please feel free to reach out to me. We are always open for comments and concerns, and I will see you guys in the next one.